Welcome back to the channel, guys. I have a video today that a lot of you will probably like because I get asked the question quite often. And it's how can I maximize the shooting that I have with the time that I have. So today I came up with a list of 5 different ways you can maximize your shooting and video in a time frame that you have. So my first thing for today is get in contact with one of the main people. And when I say get in contact with the main people, I mean let's try to look for someone who owns the event or is the head coordinator of the event or the media coordinator. Because half the time if you can talk to them, they can lead you to all the right people, they can lead you to all the right spots, the times, and oftentimes they'll have timesheets for you. So if you signed up for a media pass for, let's say, a car event or a parade or something, half the time if there's a media specialist, they will get you the times, the event coverage areas, where you should probably be and where you cannot be, because that unfortunately is something that we have to deal with. But like I said, you can get into places that you may never know that you could get into just by flashing a media pass, and they could possibly treat you like VIPs to get you into a place. Number 2 is having your equipment prepared. And this sounds like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised. Most people don't clean their lenses, they don't wipe their cameras down, they don't charge batteries, they don't clear SD cards. You just have to be prepared. It's just overall basic camera maintenance that can lead to a better experience because you're not having to search through everything and you're not having to just wander around and try to hope that someone may have a battery for you that you could possibly use to shoot for the rest of the day. And then that also eliminates later on having to try to get that battery back to that person or that card back to the person that you ended up borrowing it from, because you never know. Some people may come out of state, some people could be from a whole nother country, and although they may lend you something for the day, you may have a lot to go through after you have to give it back. Number 3 is being prepared when it comes to the event. So a lot of people, I see this quite often, if people go to car shows and they're not car people, they don't know when the best times would be to shoot a drift car, or they don't know where the best spots would be. So kind of get educated on it before you go. For example, if you're shooting a wedding, you should probably know how weddings work, you should know the area, you should know exactly what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. So you're not guessing saying, oh, it's time for the reception, oh, it's time for this. You got to try to know exactly when it's going to happen, and you have to know where it's going to happen. So that way you can get to your spot, get your shots, and get more shots in because you have more time since you don't have to search for everything. Number 4 is weather. Now weather is an always changing thing and you always have to keep track of the weather channel, although they're wrong half the time. You kind of have to know what's coming. Because you don't want to shoot on an entirely sunny day because there's too much light, but you don't want to shoot on an entirely cloudy day because then there's not enough light. So you kind of have to have that medium perfect spot in the middle where you have to know when to shoot and when to get your best shots at. Now, paying attention to the weather could mean looking at it on your phone, coming up with a small little weather report beforehand, and just overall looking around and seeing what the weather is going to be for that day. Like I said, you don't want to end up getting caught trying to shoot your best shots in the sunny part of the day. You want to get it more when there's some more clouds in the air and the light's being diffused a little bit so you can get your best shadows, you can get your best light, and you can get everything you want to get since you're only there for probably one time in your life. Now this applies especially to a wedding because if it's raining, you really got to plan out what you're going to do, because half the time you're thinking, oh, we can take shots over here or we can go over here. Well, that may not come and happen just because of the weather. So you really have to plan out what's going to happen and pay really close attention to what the sky's doing above. Now, number 5 is going to sound really stupid, but this is often something that I notice that can really affect your shoot. And this is putting your stuff away while you're at the shoot so when you get home, it's easier to unload it. Now that may sound crazy because why is this giving me a better experience? Why am I able to shoot more? Well, when you start just throwing everything into your bag, and let's say it's the beginning of the day around 9 o'clock, and you've already shot 2 batteries, a card, and you're throwing everything into your bag and just keep on going, eventually you're going to get to the point to where when you need a battery, everything is going to be mixed in with each other, and then you're going to have to search around your entire bag for a new battery or a new card. You're going to have to test it inside the camera, and that's just not fun, and it can end up taking up like half an hour of time just trying to go through all your batteries and cards to figure out what's right and what's not. Also too with lenses, if you throw a lens in there, there's a chance that it could break, it could crack, it could end up getting mixed with other things. If you take the lens caps off of one and put it on another and they're labeled on their millimeter, then you could really not have a fun day trying to say, oh, I'm going to shoot this 30mm when you're shooting a 50mm. It's just not going to be fun, and you're going to have a horrible time when you get home too, trying to offload everything, because now you got to charge every battery instead of only charging what you used, and now you got to check every card instead of only checking what you used. So guys, this was 5 easy tips to having a better shooting experience and just an overall better time whenever you're doing videos or photo for someone. I hope this helped you guys, and I hope you're going to really enjoy your experiences now when you're shooting out in the field and use these 5 tips every day. So go subscribe to me, Off Camera Media, follow me on social media, and I will see you guys in the next video.